I think this unit is going to be a grade raiser for most of you because most of the topics you already know how to do, but this is the formal instruction on how to do it, and it's a building one for the next unit. So you're going to work with polynomials, and polynomials just mean many terms. So a monomial means one term, and it can be a number, could be a constant, could be an x squared, it could be a 3x squared, y squared, it could look like negative 5x, it could look like x over 3. They're separated, terms are separated by addition or subtraction. So polynomial just means a lot of them. A binomial would be two terms. And you could have 2 plus x squared. That's a binomial. You could have x plus y squared. That's a binomial. You could have 2x squared minus y. That's a binomial. And notice these terms are separated by an addition or subtraction. Trinomial, bi is like bicycle, tri is like tricycle, which has 3 wheels, or a tripod, so this is 3 terms. And you could have 2x plus 3x, 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. You could have x plus y plus 7. Those are trinomials. Combining like terms. You have already done a unit with exponents, and you have already done a lot of adding terms. So combining like terms, when you're adding and subtracting, they only need to go together if they have the same last name. 2x squared and 1x squared gives you 3x squared. 3x, positive 3x and negative 5x gives you negative 2x. And positive 2 and negative 5 gives you negative 3. When you write these, they must go from highest exponent to lowest exponent. This has an exponent of 1, this has an exponent of 0. If they're out of order, it's not considered written correctly. Please pay attention to that. Okay, you did this in systems of equations when you had 3x plus 4y equals 7, and you had 3x plus 7y equals 10, and I made you change signs, and remember when we changed signs, we did everybody subtract, and then eliminated, and that became negative 3y equals negative 3. Okay, what was happening is I was subtracting this entire thing. I had a top minus a bottom. Whenever you have a minus outside the parentheses, you need to float that negative all the way through. The longer these are, you're going to revert back to the lower grades when they had 434 minus 291. They would make you write 434 minus 291. And remember, you would go 4 minus 2, 3 minus 9, 4. Actually, you'd start over here. 4 minus 1, 3 minus 9, 4 minus 2. It's the same thing. So as I put this over here, I don't like to subtract. I always float it through and put it underneath. So that's a negative x squared, a positive 4x, and a negative 1. And then I am doing straight up and down. 2x squared minus 1x squared is x squared. 1x plus 4x is positive 5x. Negative 1 and negative 4 and negative 1 is negative 5. And that is your answer. This says add. This is like adding a 3-digit number. Okay, the only difference of adding a 3-digit number, 321 and 623, and you add, the only difference in algebra is you don't carry. You can go from left to right, it doesn't matter. Most of you, it doesn't matter. These have the same last name, they're opposite signs, they go away. When you're adding, it's add the numbers, take the last name, plus 13xy. Now, get that solidified because when you multiply, that's a different rule. So when you're adding like terms, you add the numbers, take the last name. 4x squared y squared, 6x squared y squared, they both have the last name of x squared y squared, so it's 10x squared y squared, and that's your final answer. Okay, this, if you can do it, I don't mind. I can't do it. I can't go this minus this, this minus this, this minus this. I get distracted. So I'm going to change that to a plus, and I'm going to float it through. You forget to float it through, the farther away from the here, the more likely are you're going to make a mistake. And then it's just up and down. 11m squared minus 5m squared is 6m squared. 2m plus 6m is positive 8m. Negative 11 and a negative 17 is a negative 28. Notice it goes from highest exponent to lowest exponent. I don't work horizontally very well. I have stressed a lot of times you have a table, you have anything, you do vertical. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them underneath who they go. Positive 4ab and positive 6b squared. So in math, it's like 432 plus 28. That's what we're really doing. I put the line, 3a squared plus 3 and 4 is 7 with the last name of ab. A negative 1b squared and a positive 6b squared is a positive 5b squared. I'm going to work vertical again. As I pull them underneath, I'm going to change their sign. Negative 2y squared, positive 4y, negative 3. I will tell you on the subtraction, you're gonna forget to change somebody's signs, and that's where the mistake comes in. 5y squared minus 2y squared is 3y squared. 7y and 4y is 11y. 8 minus 3 is positive 5. Then, of course, we're going to get into word problems. So the measure of two sides of a triangle are given. P is the perimeter. Find the measure of the third side. Okay. Perimeter is this plus this plus this. Okay, and I'm gonna get this. I do it very oddly. I go, I have 2 squared, I have 1 more squared, which is 3 squared, and I have 4 squared, so I have to have another squared. And I go around. I have 3x and 3x, which is 6x. And I have to end up at 5x, I have to subtract an x. Add 5 minus 5. 6 and minus 5 is 1. And I have to end up at 5, so I do that. So if I go back again, I go 2x squared, x squared is 4x squared. 3x plus 3x is 6x minus x is 5x. 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, and I have it. That is page 1 and 2, and I'll do page 3 in a second.